Sure the audio sounds good. Making sure the audio sounds good. Yep. It's time to celebrate and chill. Share. Okay. That's shared. Let's go ahead and load in. I fixed the screen this time. A lot of the stuff isn't hanging off the screen now. Oh, I get my kitty. What a way to celebrate, huh? Meow. Yes. It's the name of our real cat, so Alfie. Short for Alphino from Final Fantasy XIV. If you guys didn't already know. Great, computer making noises. keep the 1. Where'd my cat even go? Ah. Enjoying the inside of the house. So I've actually got plans for a different kind of Final Fantasy XIV video, because I stumbled upon something while once again playing through New Game Plus that I had never realized before, and it's kind of a sad little storyline for some NCPs that, hello, back to Pain. It's going to take some time. It's going to be, it's actually going to be a heavily edited video. A lot of editing, all that, so it'll take some time. Gotta have time to put together. But yeah, anyway, let's oh, you didn't see the news yesterday? I mean, if you did watch my newest video that, well, our, newest video that came out today. If you don't know, RWBY did a RWBY live stream. It was to celebrate the 10 years of RWBY. And it, like, for a lot of people, it was kind of bittersweet, because before it happened, besides the next 2 RWBY Beyond video episodes, that was really it that we had for RWBY going forward. But no, I don't have any more news. Nothing else has been said. We won't learn anything in the next couple of weeks. Like, I wish I had inside sources. I really do, but we're not that big yet. But pretty much, RWBY has been saved. It has found a new home. We don't know who yet. Personally, as long as it's not WB or Disney, I'm happy with whoever. There's a lot of people who want A24 to be the new home for RWBY. Now, I know A24 through some of the horror movies they've put out, which they put out some really good horror movies. But I don't know much about their animation. If they have put out something that's well known that I know of, I just don't realize it's A24 that put it out. But here, let me pull up the they pretty much confirmed that they have a buyer without naming them. And the reason why they're not going to go ahead and say it is pretty much what I said in that video. There's a lot of legal things that you have to wait on. Like, you can't speak too soon because of legal issues. I think it's mostly because WB probably still owns RWBY. Until that deal is 100% finalized, you can't really announce that you own RWBY. Because, everyone's quick to sue each other this day and age. So, they're pretty much letting the fan base know, so the fan base won't worry anymore. But they still have to wait until clarifications, finalizations, wait for that ink to dry before we get to the moment where they can announce the buyer. Hopefully they'll go ahead and announce Volume 10. And I would love it if they just went ahead and said, oh yeah, Volumes 11, 12, they're already greenlit, blah, blah, blah. But we still don't know exactly how long RWBY has, because according to the epilogue, Vacuo is literally the last bastion. Vale has now fallen. Atlas has fallen. We don't really know what's going on in Mistral, at least I don't think so. I don't think they said anything about Mistral, but I mean, Mistral has pretty much been left defenseless. It has no huntresses and huntsmen anymore. They're all gone. But, you know, there's still more they can build on upon that while building up for the final battle. Like, we don't have to have the final battle in Volume 10. You kind of want to build it up a little bit. So I would be okay with there being some, like, mini arcs within volumes where, like, we go back to Mistral to see it because, you know, there just so happens to be something there that we need. Or we go to the ruins of Atlas because there's something there that we need, you know. I mean, come on. The relic is still in Vale for all we know. Like, I don't know if the epilogue said anything about Salem finding the relic, because, you know, it's been a few days since me and Jess did our reaction, but well, a few weeks, and I've not watched it again since then. But there's a lot that you could still do with you know, more volumes, even though we're kind of in the end game right now. But I'm happy. Like, this really opens the door up, because they said they had multiple things that they want to announce. So this could be a new merch line through this new through this new buyer. Though I really don't know if they've had enough time to really decide on merch. Like, it makes me wonder if they'll have their own store again, or if it'll be released through, like, more commercial stores like Walmart, FYE, GameStop, stuff like that, or if it'll be just completely put out by the internet. You know, there's that. Always, this opens up for more video games again. The continuation of RWBY Chibi. I don't know if we'll ever get, like, a continuation of what was started in Ice Queendom. Like, I was kind of hoping we would get other seasons, and, like, each season would focus on one of the main girls. Like, you know, you could just call it RWBY the anime series, and Ice Queendom was the first season. The next one could be about Yang and her turmoil about Raven. Like, they could turn the ending scene from Volume 2 where she saw Raven, and, you know, we could kind of say, I think it's kind of been retconned into a dream. Now, you could turn that into a season. You know, of course, Blake and her trauma with Adam and all that could do something like, and, you know, RWBY with Summer, or, like, you could set it after Volume 9 or during Volume 9, and she's... Well, no, there really wasn't a time skip in 9 where that could have happened. At some point, like, this, like, RWBY's still having conflicts, maybe. That's all of us. But, but, you know, more like, I don't think we'll get another crossover with the Justice League now, but and, you know, it makes me wonder now that since RWBY's not under the Warner Brothers umbrella anymore, if we can just throw those movies out. Personally, I don't want to, because I enjoyed them. I thought they were great. So until it's said otherwise, I'll still say, hey, they happened. But another thing that I'm hoping for is more mangas, of course, because, like, I liked the mangas. I, of course, didn't like the, who did put that? Was it Via? No, it wasn't. I can't remember, but it was the one that pretty much just covered volumes 1 and 2, was only 3 volumes long. They cut a lot out. They pretty much destroyed Yang's character and, you know, did all that. Like, I thought about still buying them just to have them, so, you know, add it to our RWBY collection, but I haven't made that jump yet. I hope we get another volume of the book that we got, like the world, the world of RWBY book. I hope we get a volume 2 of that one day, when they add more like of the volumes, because I think when that one came out, volume 6 had recently come out, and so there was a little bit of stuff from volume 6, but not really. It was mostly volumes 1 through 5 that was in it. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. With a couple more volumes, you could have enough content for another book. So, looking forward to that. The main thing I would want is a new... What the heck is she doing in the cemetery? I would really love to have... Oh yeah, I've already talked to her today. She won't let me. That's okay. So I dissected what they said in my video, but now that I've had more time to actually sit down and think about it, because when I watched the video and made that video, I just got home from work. I was tired, so I was literally just talking about what was coming to my mind, and really I got to thinking. Go ahead and clear more of this. Oh yeah, can I make Scarecrow yet? I cannot. Let's go ahead and widen this out some more. There we go. Not bad for a simple day's work. But like as I watched it again and like paid a little bit more attention to what they were saying, I realized they're literally confirming I think I know where that is. But they literally confirmed, hey, we've got a buyer, we just can't name them yet. And what really made me realize that was the fact that they confirmed that RWBY and some other things have come out about that. Because apparently a lot of people were talking about, oh, is all the animators coming back? Are they taking every single person? Now, from what I understand from Aaron, not Aaron Zek, but the Aaron that that actually helped work on Volume 9, from what they understand, it's only going to be like Carrie, Eddie, Kiersey, and others, like the main, Miles, because even though Miles was no longer with Rooster Teeth, he was still helping out with the writing aspect and all that. I believe that's what was said. All those years ago, a couple of years ago, when he did leave Rooster Teeth. But then again, we have no idea how much they already have written. Because remember, a lot of stuff for Volume 9 was written all the way back in 2020. So all of Volume 10 might already be written, but we don't know that for sure, because also, when Volume 9 launched on Crunchyroll, they said, hey, Volume 10's not greenlit, but we're already starting to write Volume 10. Already? Jeez. I gotta find that axe. I know it's out. There it is. Okay. I'll be back. I could probably build a coop now, but, so we have no idea how much is written of Volume 10. But, you can go ahead and say that we've already seen the first episode of Volume 10 because of the epilogue. Because I do believe it was said by someone on Twitter that was part of RWBY that they were pretty much going to turn it into Volume 10, Chapter 1. So we will see that animated, fully animated, I believe. But... So yeah, the only new news is that it might just be the the main ones like Carrie, Eddie, Kiersey, probably Miles, and others that will be being picked up by this new buyer. Now, with animators, it's like, I'm only saying this by how I understand it. Not saying this is true. But with animators, they're treated as independent contractors. And technically, in a way, voice actors are the same way. Like, that's why you don't have voice actors who work on a project for a company and they only work on those projects by that company. They get signed for that job, and then when it's done, they can go on. I think it's the same way with animators. Now, does that mean every single animator who worked on Volume 7, 8, 9, and all the others will come back? We don't know. Because animators are the same way. They're independent contractors. They would work on a RWBY volume when it was in production, but then once it was done, they would move on to other things, and then when the next volume came around and it was time for them to animate, they'd come back. Rooster Teeth would just sign them for another deal. Now, of course, a lot of those animators have moved on and probably gotten other jobs, but by the time it comes around for Volume 10 to be animated, they might come back, or they might just outsource it. We don't know. We don't know if this new buyer will just hire an animation studio to handle all the animating. And that leads me to another hope that I have with this new buyer. I hope they give RWBY a great budget. I don't want things to be cut again like it was in Volume 9. Now, of course, if it doesn't pace well, if it makes the pacing off, or it's just not really important, then yeah, I understand something getting cut. But I hate that original epilogue was cut from Volume 9. Not saying that the ending that we got for Volume 9 was bad. It's just, there's nothing that can compare to that epilogue as far as an ending to a volume. I think it's one of the better endings they've ever done. But, it'll now be the opening chapter of Volume 10. But yeah, the moment they said that the creative team, pretty much RWBY, was picked up for, that's Jess letting me know she's off work, was pretty much a part of the deal, a part of the acquisition, that right there told me right away that the deal's done. The deal is already set. RWBY has been bought. Don't know how long ago it was, or anything like that. But the fact that they can come out and say, "Oh yeah, it'll be the same people working on it," as far as writing the show and all that, I was like, "There's no way they could know that unless the deal went through, and it's already a done deal." So. The only thing that's not a done deal probably is that they've got to wait for the paperwork to finalize. Make sure they don't get sued by WB by announcing, "Hey, we own RWBY," way too early. And yeah, once the time, which they said they'll give us a couple of weeks. Now, I don't know if that's automatically 2 weeks. It might be longer than that. But once it's done, they'll make an announcement. Will that announcement be announcing Volume 10? Hopefully. It'll definitely be, hey, this is our new buyer. This will be where RWBY is produced from here on out. And it will also learn, hopefully, where RWBY will be airing. Now, that's the only worry I have, is if RWBY is no longer a web series, and if it's no longer going to be airing on Crunchyroll when it airs, will reactions still be allowed? Because, Rooster Teeth was always really, really good at allowing reactions. Because, for the longest time, they were their own little company. But now, they are gone. and RWBY will be. See, oh man, I need 4,000 for a coop. Jeez. 4,000 for a chicken coop, 300 wood, and one. I've got that, so I need to save up. I need to save up some money. But I should have stayed off Twitter because I want the news now. I'd rather know now and be anticipating it than to still being in the dark, which I was always optimistic. I always had a feeling that RWBY is too big of an IP to not get acquired by somebody. Like, it would just be... It's not like Genlock, okay? I really don't think Genlock has a future at this point. They would literally have to, like, fully restart that series now. Because Season 2... Like, I didn't watch Genlock, but apparently Season 2 was awful. But with the names attached to that, as far as, like, the voice acting and all that goes, I don't know. Was it announced that Genlock was also up for sale? I can't remember, because I just didn't pay attention, because I personally don't care about Genlock. What should I buy? Under potato seeds take 6 days. Ooh, 12 days for cauliflower. I'll just stay with parsnips for, well, I'll buy one of each, because I think I need... Ah, crap. I'm out of room. How much is the bag? Ugh. Anyway. But if they put Genlock up for sale, I don't think Genlock has a home. I just don't. Like, they would literally have to, like, scrap everything that happened in Season 1 and 2 and just restart for people to even be somewhat interested, I think. Because even the Rooster Teeth fandom got to where they just didn't care about Genlock anymore. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing when you got a big new show that had, like, celebrity voice talent attached to it and nobody... Like, Season 1, you know, it didn't get the numbers that RWBY did, of course. But, you know, it was developing a fan base, and then Season 2 happened, and, oh, it was not pretty. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with Genlock. Like, I was never interested in it. I just cared about when RWBY was coming back. At least want to still have 2,000. Okay. Now, of course, like, what's going to happen to everything else Rooster Teeth owns, like Red vs. Blue and Camp and all that, we just don't know. Like, really, like, even with Red vs. Blue, I think RWBY kind of started. I think RWBY eventually eclipsed Red vs. Blue in popularity. Like, there was still a lot of fans for Red vs. Blue, but you just didn't hear about Red vs. Blue like you did about RWBY. And, like, even with small things like Lindsay using the RWBY VTuber and collabing with VShojo. Okay, if you don't care about VTubers, that's fine, but VShojo is, like, I think they're the only real competitor to HoloLive. Like, they've become pretty big. A pretty big company, and their talent has become... I mean, come on, Iron Mouse won Content Creator of the Year. Like, that's big for a VTuber. I remember when VTubing was a niche, you know, market. Like, there was not that many people that did it. And when it did come out, it was like, whoa, what's this? You know, this is very weebish and anime, you know? And now I think VTubers are becoming more popular than Flesh creators, which I'm not saying is an absolute good thing. I think all creators should get equal amount of exposure. Wow, I made this way too big. But, like, I watched both Project Melody stream and Zentrea's stream, because they're the only two members that actually streamed it. I watched all of Melody's because it was a little over 3 hours. And I just listened to it while I played a game or something. And Zentrea's, I skipped a little bit because she streamed for like 8 hours. And I'm tired if I almost stream for 2 hours. I don't see how you do that for 8 hours. But then again, they have a bigger audience, you know, and all that. So it is what it is. But, cat's got water. But I was watching their chat. That's what I was the most interested in. And like you had people, oh my gosh, it's RWBY. Oh my gosh, is that Ruby from RWBY? You know, is that really Lindsay? Blah 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 and all that. And like it was amazing. And like it really, the Egg Festival, 9 a.m. 2 p.m. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to build my scarecrow because I need to protect my crops. I'm gonna keep this flattened out. I need wood, coal, fiber. But it just, I don't know, like I've always known that RWBY was popular, you know, like it's not really much of a question, you know, especially if you don't have some internet idiot talking in your ear all the time that, oh, it's bad, you know, because we've all of a sudden entered a generation of people who can't just enjoy watching something and has to be a critic and have to act like the writing has to be something out of this world, out of J.R. Tolkien or something like that. But, or Leo Tolstoy or something. But, like, I don't know, like, is it just a new generational thing? Because when I was younger, and even now, like, it's like, I don't really pay that much attention to writing. Like, I'll go back and watch cartoon series that I used to watch when I was a kid, and I don't remember ever once sitting there going, the writing in this cartoon is subpar. Like, I never did that. I just watched it and enjoyed. Like, I don't know where this mentality came from. I do not. And it's mind-boggling. You know, it's like, the one place you never want to go if you enjoy RWBY is the RWBY Critics Reddit because it is a complete cesspool. But I was curious. I got on there and oh gosh, the moment they all learned that Lindsay was streaming with the V Shoujo girls, they were like, oh, "What's the point? Rooster Teeth's gonna go down in a few weeks. Like, what's even the point?" It's like, why does there have to be a point? You know? Oh, this is so cringe. Well, Edgelord, you literally sat on the computer all day and complain about a cartoon. You ain't that great, you know? It's like, do we really think we're cool sitting on Reddit all day trash talking a cartoon? Like, you know, that must be what the kids like doing these days, because that was never a thing I did. Now, of course, if something happened in a show I didn't like, of course, I was like, well, that sucks, but I didn't have a fit over it, you know? It was like, oh, well, that happened. Like, you know, being a Dragon Ball fan, I didn't like that GT turned Goku into a kid again. But, I mean, it is what it is. Now we've got the same thing going to happen with Daima, but I'm going to give it a chance because it's new Dragon Ball content, and with Akira Toriyama now gone, it's like we're lucky we're getting that probably. Though Tartaru has been, pretty much brought up as his successor even before he died, so he'll continue it, I'm sure. But when we got the RWBY Archives book and I was looking through it and just looking at old stuff and seeing how things could have been, like there's stuff in there, like I said, of like Neo was apparently originally going to be a faunus, but she had both ears and a tail, and she kind of looked like they were going for like the nine-tailed fox kind of thing with her. And someone posted some concept art of John a couple, like it's either today or yesterday. I don't know if it's in the RWBY Archives book. I'll have to look. But like, it literally looked like maybe originally before they came up with the concept of Oscar, that John might have been originally meant to have been Oz's next reincarnation. Like, he was going to be the one because of the style they went with and the way he dressed and the colors that he had. Because, colors are very important in RWBY. But, looking at other things and all that, and it's just like, man, this show could have been completely different if they had held on to some of these early concepts. But, it's a time to be happy, because, for one, you never want to see a show end prematurely like that, especially when it's open-ended, like Volume 9 was. And also, you don't want to see that many people lose a job. I've lost jobs before. It's a very stressful time because on one hand, you gotta get back in the slog of job hunting, and then you have to worry about how long it's going to take. Do you have enough money saved up to feed your family, feed yourself, keep the lights on, all that. So yeah, it can be a very, even if you've worked for a company like Rooster Teeth and saved up your money, there's probably a part of you that would have anxiety out the just because now you got to worry about that income not coming in anymore, and the income you've saved up, if you even have any savings, because in this day and age I don't see how anybody has any savings just to keep yourself going. So, like, in a perfect world, I would love for all of them to get jobs, and I couldn't imagine, because working together that long, and even if you found another job, it's not going to be the same. You're not going to be with the same people. It's like Achievement Hunter. Like, how long did all of them work together? And like, will they be able to find a place to work together again? Because right now we're just talking about RWBY getting picked up. Ooh, that'll come in handy. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks for him. My thoughts are with all of them. Like, we're all happy that RWBY is continuing, but we got to remember the poor people that did lose their jobs. Who may still be job hunting when RWBY starts back up. So what to expect in those coming weeks? I don't think we'll hear anything from Carrie or Eddie or Kiersey or anyone really about anything that's going to be said. They've got to stay tight-lipped on that, I'm sure. Hopefully Casey will still be making the music for it, because as much as I loved the music made by Jeff, which a lot of people will always say the music in RWBY is amazing, I really did like the different kind of style that Casey brought to the music. So hopefully she's still going to be doing the music. hopefully other people get picked up, like, you know, and hopefully everything just works out. Like I said, if it's announced that Disney owns RWBY, then I'm gonna cry. As much as I like Star Wars and all that, like, I don't want Disney to get a hold of RWBY. I really don't. But I still think one of the biggest reasons why WB let go of RWBY and shut down Rooster Teeth is that they're struggling and they're trying everything they can to stay afloat. And I would not be surprised if sooner or later WB shuts down, that they go bankrupt. You gotta thank old Zaslav for it. It's the only one you can really thank for it, because, man, that guy's a piece of trash. He is a piece of trash big time. I think I'm finally gonna sell some of these. Don't need all of them. I definitely need some more rock. Which I can get more rock in the mines. Man, my face is orange. But what I think will be announced that day is, hey, RWBY's found a buyer, this is them. And then hopefully they can tell us what to expect. Like a new merch line maybe, and where you can get it. Where RWBY will be airing when new episodes drop. I don't mind it still being Crunchyroll. I really don't. I mean, me and Jess are still subscribed to Crunchyroll. We still watch anime off of it and all that. So we've got that, and we've got High Dive. So yeah, we're not short of anime right now, but and of course I'm really thinking we will get the announcement of Volume 10. Will we get a release window? I'm not sure. I hope they at least give us a release year. I don't know if they'd be able to release it by next year. Like, that just does not seem like enough time. But then again, who knows? Like, with a bigger budget, a bigger team maybe, or with a outsourced team doing the animation, it might boost animation time. Who knows? Like, it might really cause it to release earlier. Who knows? As long as animation quality doesn't go down and it's out that quickly, I mean, I don't see why we should be upset by that. Yeah. Ah. Yay! Hurry up, we gotta get to the Egg Festival. Which I've never won. I'm still hoping for a RWBY RPG where we can create our own huntsman or huntress and go on on an adventure with Team RWBY. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. But I do gotta say, this has kind of motivated me to do more RWBY content again, just because, like, the biggest reason why we hadn't was because we didn't have anything. Like, we had no news, and, like, I just couldn't think of anything RWBY related to really do. Like, I could try and I have been trying to get a new episode of What If Yang Was a Saiyan ready, and now that this news has dropped, maybe I can finally do that, because that's one of the reasons why I was being so slow anyway, was because we had no idea what was going to happen with Volume 10, and I didn't want to get to the end of Volume 9 and not have anything for you guys until who knows how long. But I'll try and get a new episode up soon. I will try to get a new episode up soon. Me and Jess really need to get Retro RWBY going again with Volume 2. We finally finished Volume 1, but we've not had time. We still gotta get our reaction up of the epilogue, so. But yeah, I think we've got Sunday off together, so we'll try and get some things uploaded on that day, or get some things ready that day. Yay! Hey, look at me. Let's get everyone talked to. I think that's everybody. Wait, did I? Okay, yeah, I did. Let's start. How long have I? Okay, almost 50 minutes. Darn it. I always get blocked. Seven eggs. That's all I got. I've never looked up to see how many eggs you need to win. Of course. She always wins. I've never won this freaking quest. I don't know how many eggs you're supposed to get. So yes, pretty much Ruby is saved. We'll learn more details in the coming weeks when they give us the big update. We know that RWBY will be still involved. They're part of the deal to keep working on RWBY. Because I'm sure that was a big part of it. Like, hey, if you buy RWBY, you kind of have to take us with you because, you know, we want to finish the story. And, yeah, we'll be the wait for Volume 10 will start. Like, the true wait for Volume 10 will start. Sadly, you know, that means, like, you know, there'll never be another RTX. You know, that was a con that me and Jess wanted to for years to go to. But I'm guessing now, like, it depends. Like I said, it depends on who buys it. Maybe they'll go to like regular Comic Cons to promote the new seasons. I don't know. But when Volume 10 comes out, hopefully we can still react. Hopefully it's not a company that frowns on that. Me and Jess have decided that we will start doing our analysis as live streams instead of recorded videos. So look forward to those. Like I said, this has kind of motivated me to want to do more RWBY content again. So I'm not going to give a date. I'm not going to give a timetable. But I'll try and get a new episode of What If Yang Was a Saiyan out event here soon. Our reaction to the epilogue will hopefully go up soon. And like I said, this upcoming weekend they're going to release the last 2 episodes of RWBY Beyond, so we'll get that recorded and hopefully get that up very soon. So yeah, that's that. And you know, after that, then maybe me and Jess will decide a timetable on when to go back to Retro RWBY, where we can start rewatching Volume 2 with you all. I know it took us forever to get through Volume 1, but hopefully Volume 2 won't take that long. Because we want the whole series on our channel. Even though we've already seen the other volumes, it's always cool to go back and rewatch, because stuff that relates to stuff that happens later in the show, or just a new perspective, you know, stuff like that. That's why I like doing it. And, you know, I really wonder what's going to happen as far as the legalities with, like, say, the RWBY and Justice League movies. Because, I mean, WB may own the Justice League, but someone's now going to own RWBY. So, like, there's going to have to be, like, a 50-50 thing going on there, I'm guessing. Go see if we can find Abigail, who beat me in the egg competition. She always wins. To this day, like I said, I have no idea how many eggs you're supposed to get to win. Like, is it 10? Is it 10? Is 10 the magic number? Because I got 7, still didn't win. Well, it should be like 8. Now, I'm going to look that up real quick. I'm curious. How many eggs to win the Egg Festival. If my phone will hurry up. I'm finally going to look this up. Stardew Valley. How many eggs to win egg contest? Nine. I needed 2 more. Ugh. And I dropped my phone. Of course, it's 9. Ugh. An odd number. Ugh, I don't like odd numbers. I'm OCD when it comes to odd and even numbers. You guys hear noise outside. Someone's mowing their yard. Do I even have a heart or anything? I've got a heart with Robin. Good, she's my friend. This game's been out forever, and I'm still wondering this, but I'm guessing just like Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons, like if you talk to people on... What are they doing here? If you talk to people on a festival day, you get a affection boost. I'm wondering who's buried in this cemetery that she was looking at. Our beloved Mona. I have no idea who that is. I don't think I've ever looked that up. Should I wait until the bar opens? Oh, she's definitely not home. Yeah, this has been my little celebration stream. Sorry it wasn't very extravagant, but I mean, we just learned this news yesterday. And at first I wasn't going to stream today because I'd already put up a video today. But I was like, if I don't stream today, I won't be able to stream again until Saturday. So, because I open Saturday, so I'll get off in time to where it's not real late, but who knows if I'll feel like streaming. But Sunday I'm off, so but I think me and Jess are going to use that day to get some stuff either recorded or edited so we can release it. So I might try and stream Saturday night and then take a day off Sunday as far as streaming goes. I'll wait for it to get a little bit later so I can go check the bar. almost got the field completely cleared out. Okay, it's about that time. Let's go see if there's anyone there. But yes, guys, before I wrap this up, RWBY, you know, even though... Oh, it's this scene. Even though they didn't just come out and say it, RWBY has a buyer. We don't know who yet. We'll find out in a few weeks. They'll probably go ahead and be like, yes, Volume 10 is coming. It'll come out either when it's ready, or hopefully maybe it'll be like, hey, 2025. You know, who knows? It definitely will not be this year. Not so much. Zucchini fritters, yum. Ooh, it's dark and quiet, but I bet the bar is hopping. Yep. And of course, not here. Oh well. Next episode, hopefully. But yes, everyone, RWBY is saved. It's not canceled. It's not dead. RWBY will continue with Carrie, Eddie, Kiersey, Miles. I'm guessing Miles is still helping with the writing. You know, I'm not 100% sure. But with them returning for the creative process, animation wise, we don't know. We don't know if anyone originally from RWBY will come back to work on it animation wise. But few weeks we'll learn who the buyer is, and hopefully we will have a expectation on when Volume 10 will start airing. But I do think they will confirm that Volume 10 is coming. But guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell. Click that like button. Leave a comment. Please tell me that you were excited about RWBY continuing and finding a new home. As always, guys, this is Canaan. Me and Jess love you all very, very much. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.